It seems like 540 spaces are unnecessary for on-site parking. The project documents state that areas of the Phase 2 site not required for parking or construction staging will be used for interim public parks. How much of Block 1129 is Forest City planning to repurpose for a park? Jane, do you want to answer that question?
At this point, I mean, we're not allowed to do any of that because we're required to have 541 spaces. So the first step would have to be reducing that requirement, and we would have to do that in conjunction with the SD and whatever they would require us to do to get rid of parking. Otherwise, we cannot put temporary open space there.
Right. Do you think ESDC would have a problem with that?
That's a process that we certainly are open to exploring, definitely. It's not something we've discussed yet, but we can start to have that conversation. The next question is here, could you please assign level 1 traffic enforcement agents to prevent illegal parking? I know we've discussed that question a number of times, and it's quite difficult because NYPD has no authority over level 1 parking agents, neither does DOT. It's really a mayor's question that we've involved the mayor's office a number of times, but if that's something that you guys feel passionate about, I definitely urge you to contact the mayor's office because we have multiple times with no success. We continue to contact them, but we do believe that NYPD is doing a great job with enforcing illegal parking already. I think they've been very actively involved and engaged and involved out there talking to the community to try to improve the illegal parking situation. The next question on the card says, can you please tell limo drivers to park in your empty lot, perhaps at a discount? Well, we've created a laid-back kind of a parking area on Atlantic Avenue for limo drivers. We've attempted to direct them into parking lots, but we found that they're not going to pay for parking spaces when they can just circle the block. So we prefer them to stand on a designated area as opposed to circling the neighborhood. So that's the solution that we've reached. In our experience, the issue with black cars idling and circling has improved. We have not received as many complaints as we once did when the arena first opened. NYPD, TLC, Barclays have been very actively involved in reducing the number of black cars parking illegally, idling, and circling. The next question is, why does Forest City insist on taking public-owned street parking on Atlantic Avenue? Oh, this segues nicely into my previous question. For black limo cars, instead of providing parking for them free or money on their own site. Public streets should not be reserved for a special segment of society. It was not in the FEIS or the traffic plan. It's a private decision. Well, as I said, this was a proposal that we worked on closely with NYPD and DOT to create this area along Atlantic Avenue. The parking restrictions do not allow residents to park overnight on many days in this area, and we find it to be successful. We have not received nearly as many complaints with black cars idling or circling since we created this proposal. So we find it to be a success. If there are issues or concerns, please reach out to us directly so we can try to work with you guys. But we have not been receiving any complaints from the community since we established the area along Atlantic Avenue.